Good day guys, welcome back to the channel. I am out and about today on my R1300GS Trophy. This is the very first vlog I'm doing on this magnificent machine, and I'm really excited to see how the day pans out today. So what I've got set up for you today is I've got the ADV 70 bags from Lone Rider that I have mounted on the R1300GS Trophy. And I'm sure many of you are eager to see how the bags would fit on the R1300GS. And if that's who you are, then this video is for you. So stay tuned. I've got lots to share with you today. I want to share with you the setup. I want to share with you my thoughts on the bags. I've had the bags now for over 3 months and I've been using it quite a fair bit. So I think I'm in a good position to talk to you about the bags. As well as also at the end, I will also inform you about the Black Friday sale that Lone Rider is having really soon, and that's going to give people a 20% discount on the bags. So if this is for you, grab a cup of coffee, stay tuned. I'll go find a spot where we can talk and we will do this together. See you guys shortly. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. We are here now in Blair's hut, just in Mount Disappointment, and thank you for staying tuned. I'm sure this video will be helpful and you would get to find a little bit more on the ADV bags that I've got now mounted on my R1300GS Trophy. Now I've had these bags for close to probably about 2.5 months, close to 3 months now, and they have been magnificent. I was intending to do this video sooner, but life got in the way and things didn't quite happen as I planned. But nevertheless, we are here now and the bags are mounted and I'm really happy. So today I'm just doing a bit of a test run. I have used them before, but it's more of a long haul setup essentially. So for when I want to go away for a few days, and so I've sort of packed it up the way I would. It's still not at 100% capacity. I've only probably have about 60% here. And you know, they still got heaps of room in there to take more stuff that I require for a long, you know, multi-day motorcycle adventure. Nevertheless, just to give you a quick run through what I've got on the motorcycle at the moment for this adventure setup is I've got the ADV bags, I've got the motor tent from Lone Rider, which comes in a separate bag by itself and it mounts directly on the ADV bags. Now I've got the Lone Rider Ranger Mini tank pack, which I have sort of made it into a quick release system. This is self modification. I will make a video shortly to show you how this is done. And then I've also got the Lone Rider 6-liter bags there as well. Now those bags basically carry things like my first aid kit, it carries puncture repair kits, and on the other side it carries tools, raincoats and so on. So this is essentially the setup that I would be using when I go away. And I've also got a backpack that I carry with me as well. Now these 6-liter bags are excellent. I've had it on my 1250 GS Adventure and I've just transferred it over here. Now there are a few benefits of having that bag. One is it sort of distributes the weight a little bit, so you don't get everything at the back, so you get some of the weight at the front. But also if you tip the bike over, this thing sort of acts as an absorbent pad as well, so it does take a lot of the hit. And because they are made out of Hypalon, really strong material, they don't tear, they don't rip, so it's really good to have it there. But just remember, if you want to put the 6-liter bags there, you will need to, the 6-liter mini bag is what they're called. If you want to put a 6-liter mini bag, you will require to have the upper crash bars as well. Now I've got the Lone Rider upper crash bars on my bike, and I'll put a link up here which sort of shows you how I actually installed them and so on. That video was only released a couple of weeks ago. So this is basically the setup that I would be using. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the camera up, turn it around and just show you how the whole mounting and everything works on the bike. So let's do that. Okay, so as you can see, the bike, again going back, the 6-liter mini bags that are mounted on the crash bar. I've got one on the right I've got one on the left here, and then I've got the Ranger mini tank bag. This is what I like. I don't like the Ranger tank. I think it's too big. Plus the Ranger tank bag, you can't run the quick release. You'll have to run it via using those straps. I'm not a big fan of them, to be absolutely honest. So that's why I'm running the Ranger mini tank bag. Obviously the motor lights are there, you know, just for those dark nights that you need extra bit of light. And then I've got the Lone Rider upper crash bars as well, which then helps mount the 6-liter mini bags there. Okay, so looking at the ADV bags here, you can see that the ADV bags are nicely mounted on the back of the bike, and they are super sturdy. They're not going anywhere. It's going to stay there pretty snug, and it's really not going to move. And I just want to show you how I've actually mounted it. So essentially the bag comes with 6 mounts, 6 stripes, right, to mount it. Now what I've got at the bottom here, I've got the Lone Rider base plate for the Lone Rider top box, you know, the motor case, right? And with the motor case, it's actually got this mounting points here, right? So you've got one mounting point there, you've got another mounting point there, and then you got a couple more just on the left and a few more on the right. So with that, you can just essentially loop the back mounting points, and it just goes through that, and then you can just tighten it and it stays. That way this bag now will not move and it will stay in position. So that's what I like about it. And then on the other side, you have got 2 mounting points on each side, right? So Lone Rider says that by having 2, it just gives extra rigidity and stability to this bag, so they don't wobble and move as much, which I think is quite true, because I know I've been riding for about 40 minutes now, and it's still, you know, the way I actually put it on. So you've got 2 stripes here, and then you loop it through the buckle. Now the cam buckle here has also got a protective sort of a socks on it, and then you cover it back, and that just prevents you know, it damaging your bike or scratching, and also it prevents the cam buckle from getting damaged as well. And then you just loop it through your passenger peg. You know, for different bikes you'll just have to find different mounting points. Now as an alternative, you can also loop this second one. If you've got a GS like what I've got here, you can also loop it through this point here for the second mounting point. I find this to be pretty okay, pretty happy with that. And then if you're going to the other side, it's the same. So again, you got 2 mounting points as well, one on the top, one on the bottom, and then you can just tighten it. So this one, I didn't quite tighten it well, I think, earlier, or maybe it's come a bit loose, but that's fine. So Lone Rider does recommend that when you stop, you just check it and you can just tighten it slightly, just so that it you know, meets your needs. So all you do is you just pull that like that, and you can see now it's tight, and then all I need to do is just tidy up this, which is hard to do at the moment with my camera. Okay, so now looking at the actual bags, right? You've seen how it's mounted. So now let's talk about some of the specifications of the bag, or what it comes with and so on. So on the top here, you've got what we call the beaver tail. Now the beaver tail, you've got 2 buckles, and these buckles are a magnetic buckle that is by Lone Rider, and it's really interesting, because all you do is you clip these 2 buckles, the clips here at the sides, and then it sort of releases, and when you want to lock it, all you do is you put it like so, and it just falls into place and clicks into place, which is really great. Now when you remove those 2 buckles, it sort of frees the beaver tail, and on the beaver tail on one side you've got this clear pouch, right? It's a waterproof sort of clear pouch where you can put, you know, things like maps or anything that you want to access, for it to be clear, for it easy for you to view. And then you've also got this pouch here with a zipper. Now this is waterproof, and I've got, you know, some bits and pieces in there. Anyway, and you've also got this netting sort of compartment as well for you to put maybe small items or something like that, which you would need, you know. It all just depends how you want to use them. And on the other side of the beaver tail, you've also got another clear pouch, and for you to put bits and pieces. So now what I've got in there, I've got some of those extra mounting bits that come with the bag, just in case I need them, spare loops and so on, right? And then on the top, it comes with this 20-liter dry bag. Now this 20-liter dry bag actually has got a Velcro bit at the back, and with that it actually sticks on the top of this base here, and with that way it doesn't move around. So when you put it on there, it sticks on the base and it doesn't move around. Now I've also got what this other piece of bag here, which is Lone Rider call this the pole bag. So this is essentially for you to put like your tent poles and so on, so that it doesn't puncture or damage the bag. I've got it, I'm not actually using it, but it's just there for me just in case I need it. Now in the top bag, on this 20-liter top bag here, you can sort of add in your clothes. What I've got here at the moment is I've got my camera gear, I've got my drone bag in there. And when you actually turn it the other way around, it actually also moves into a backpack. So in here, you've got these things that come out, and then you can actually just clip it to the bottom here like so, one on each side. Like so, and then this thing you can actually carry as a backpack towards your hotel, your tent, whatever it is. So Lone Rider has put in a bit of thought in there, which I think it is magnificent idea that what Lone Rider has done. So yeah, they it's actually a really smart idea how it converts into a bag. Now also remembering that this bag is fully waterproof. They also have got, let me just put this back in quickly. Yep, so it's in, and they've also got openings from both sides. Again, they're using the same magnetic fitlock mounts there. So again, they just latch on. If you want to latch them back on, it just clips like so. So that's pretty cool, and they open from both sides. So that's actually a smart idea, because you know, if you've got something that you want to get which is on this side of the bag, you don't have to remove everything. You can just go from this side, take it out. Now in here you can see there's a clear bit of plastic there. This clear bit of plastic actually prevents dust and makes the bags more dust proof and airtight, and prevents water from going in as well. So again, you just roll it up, you can just clip it back on like so, and it just clips back on like that. Okay, it's got two carry handles on each side if you need them to carry them for any reason. I'm just going to put this back on like so. All right, now it's also got a clear window here, so easy for you to look at whatever you want, whatever you've got in the bag as well, which is again another smart thing. And it's got this wire sort of elastic bands here that you can, for you to sort of secure stuff. So maybe you want to put your shoes or anything like that you want to secure while you're taking it, or just keeping it there, you know. So that's another smart thing that is there. Now when you look at the base plate here, the actual system comes with when it's delivered to you, it comes in three separate parts, right? You got the base plate for the right hand side, the base plate for the left hand side, and then you've got the middle base plate here. Now all that you need to do is Lone Rider provides the screws for it. So all you do is you put a bit of thread lock, which is also provided in the package. You screw them on. So there are four on each side. So you just screw them on, and then it stays. Now at the bottom, Lone Rider has also provided a pad, like a soft sponge kind of a pad that you put at the bottom of these bags. I will just put the camera around so that you can see it. So if you look at the bottom here, Lone Rider has provided these pads here. Now these are soft pads that actually just help protect your bike from, you know, scratches and so on, which is again, this is replaceable. And it's a very smart idea from what Lone Rider has done. I'm not sure if it's clear enough. Hopefully you can see it. Yeah, so that's what it is. Okay, so we've spoken about the mounting base, we've spoken about the pads at the bottom. Hopefully that was clear, but essentially they are just rubber foam pads which are replaceable, and they are meant to sort of protect your bike. But Lone Rider also recommends that if the ADV bags are touching directly to your surface of the plastics of your bike, they recommend that you actually put a protective sheet or like PPF paint protective film on the plastics to prevent it from scratching and decolorizing. For the R1300GS, there's not going to be a problem because the bags actually sit on the grab rails, the back top case rails or the mounting bracket. So with that, it's not going to hit or scratch any part of the bike. So that's actually a positive thing in my opinion. So with that done, we can close back the beaver tail now. All right, so again you can see how easy it is to close it. Now what I've also got here at the front is I've got my Lone Rider tent bag, which I have sort of mounted using the molly loops, right? You can see there are molly panels all over the bags, but they also provide you at the front, they provide you with this G-hook system, and you can sort of remove them like so, right? And I've got one more here, like so, and that sort of releases the whole tent. Now the tent has got also these molly webbings or whatever you want to call them. It looks like molly webbings to me. So I've actually just threaded through the G hooks that come with the Lone Rider bag, and then just place it just right there, and then it's got mounting points here. As you can see, there's a mounting point just there, and then I put it in, close, and then same for the other side. And with that, it stays and it's not going to go anywhere. This is just going to stay there really snug, and it's going to be quite stable in my opinion. And the bag that Lone Rider provides for the tent bag as well is waterproof, so it keeps your tent nice and dry. Now going to the bags on the left hand side and on the right hand side. Now the top one, as I mentioned, they are 20 litre dry bags, and on the left and the right they are 25 litre dry bag each, right? So that's what makes it 70 litres in total, 25 plus 20, so 70 litres in total. Again, to release the dry bag on the whichever side, you have got the same fit lock system that Lone Rider uses, the magnetic locks. So with that, you can remove the bag. There's got a grab handle here, and all you do is you can just slide it out like so, and the bag comes slided out. Now I'm just going to move the camera. Now if you look here, so in the actual position here, or the actual compartment for you to put the dry bag, it's actually red in the inside. That just makes it easy for you to see if there's any items there. And they've also got this gap or the window just here. There's just a window here, and that window is for you to be able to pull. So you can see there my fingers are there, and this window is for you to be able to pull out the bag using this stripe here. So the bag has got a stripe there, and that's to pull out when you're fitting it into this particular compartment there, right? So pretty neat setup. It's also got one of these stripes here as well, which you can tighten once the bag is in, or you can loosen in order to remove the bag. So that's one of them there as well, which is another good addition. Okay, now with that done, let's talk about the actual side bags. Now they've got a plastic window here, clear window, and this clear window just helps you see what's in the bag. Now I've put quite a bit of stuff in here, to be honest. So if I open this up again, that same magnetic latches that you'll find entire bag. It's also got this valve here, right? This air releasing valve, and this valve actually helps you release the air so that you can compact it really down, and then you can place the cap back on, and that way it just, you know, has as little air as possible and makes it really compact. Now in here I've got a few things. I've got some of my you know, cutleries and you know, camping plates and so on. In here I've got my you know, my gas burner thingy, and I've also got my sleeping bag actually in here, sorry, my sleeping mat as well in the bag. So you know, this is again not packed optimally. This is just for the purpose of this video. Of course you can fit more stuff in there, just depending on how small your items are and how much items you want to take. But at the moment I have got this here. I've got my tent. In the left hand side I've got my sleeping bag. I have also got some clothes in there, some you know, yeah, so it's got most of the items that I would be requiring for a night stay out in the wilderness, you know, so which is really good. So the bags can actually hold quite a bit of stuff in there. So now, as you can see, I've closed it. So now I'm just going to open the valves and then just try to release as much air as I can, and then place it back. And on this side here there is this grab stripe here for you to thread it through the bags and the side, and then just get it out. And then there's also this extra foamy bits here which just protects the bag a little bit, and it just makes it easier to slide into the compartment. So now let's put the bags back in and show you how easy it is to put it in. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to put the bag in. So this is the bag there. I'm going to loosen this buckle here just so that it gives a bit of room for me to put it in the side compartment, like so. And then they go up this way, the window facing out. Just put it there, like so. You can see how easily it slides. There's a window at the bottom and you can just slide it out like that, and bang, it's in. Now just for a bit of extra bit of safety, you can loop this fit lock through the handlebar here like that, and you can go through there like so, and there you go. The bags are going to stay, and once it's done you just tighten this strap again and it stays there, and it shall not move from that point. So there you go. Essentially that's how quick and easy it is to actually you know, mount stuff, put stuff in the bag, and how the bag actually stays. Now in terms of the build quality, I think the build quality is probably one of the best out in the market. Now there are a lot of similar bags in the system in the market at the moment. I think from memory probably Moscow Moto were probably one of the early ones to develop a system like that. You can get some cheap Chinese knockoffs as well, like Rhino Walk and so on, out in the market, which is, you know, a fraction of the price for these things. But for Lone Rider you actually get quality for what you pay for, and all these bags, they are all made from really durable products. So really good quality PVC material, mixture of PVC, Hypalon. They're waterproof. They just put in a lot of thought in terms of, you know, small things like having windows on the bags, you know, the beaver tail, molly panels, you know, the magnetic buckles as well. And remembering that all the items on here are actually actually replaceable. So for example, if you want to replace the stripes, you can actually replace them as well. Lone Rider actually sells those stuff as an accessory that you can purchase. The pads at the bottom you can replace. Anything that goes wrong with these bags, you can replace the parts depending on what you actually need. Okay, so another thing as well. So for example, the whole system is actually quite modular, right? You don't have to have the 20-liter bags on there if you don't want to have them on there. You can replace it. You can put a different bag on there. You can have the, for example, if you want to run your Lone Rider tail bag, you can also run the Lone Rider tail bag on it. So You can, because this is Velcro, you can just remove it. Now this one here, you can see that the beaver tails you can remove just using the G hooks here. So it's got G hooks on the beaver tail like so. And when you do that, you can remove the beaver tails like so. So that just comes out. You don't have to have the beaver tail. If you don't want to have, you can do it on both sides. And the stripes as well, it's got this aluminium bar here. If you slide that aluminium bar out, I can't do it now because it's too much tension here with the stripes. But if you slide the aluminium bar out, that frees out these loops, and you can actually replace these loops as well, which is a good idea. And then it's got this Molly sort of mounting points here, which you can mount any other bag that you want. You can mount the Lone Rider tail bag, you can mount any other tail bag, you can, you know, there's got Velcro there, so you can put whatever that you want that has got Velcro on it. So that just makes it so versatile and highly modular, in my opinion, which is another thing that Lone Rider has thought about, and which is what sets these bags to be different from the other bag. Now, I'm not going to go too much more into the bags. I think there's probably a lot of videos out there already that have talked about these bags and the specification. Alex from Lone Rider has done a really good video as well. I will link it down in the description section below if you want to check that out. So it's there for you. But essentially my take, what I wanted to share is how it will look on an R1300GS, and I've done a bit of changes, right? So I've got this base plate here for the motor case, and with that I find that it just fits in better. And as I said to you, you don't have to worry about the bag, you know, rubbing against the plastics or the body of the bike, because it's going to sit on the actual rails that you have got, the passenger rails that you have got on your bike, or the top box bracket that you've got on your bike. So it's going to actually sit on there. So that's going to keep it, you know, that's going to protect you from your bike. Now, one of the main reasons why I prefer this setup as opposed to the traditional pannier setup. Now, the panniers are great, but in my opinion, the panniers are more directed towards, you know, if you're going on long, let's say predominantly road rides, or maybe just a bit of gravel and so on. If you want to do camping, you want to do some, you know, some more exciting adventures and off-road riding, then this is good. And the reason why this is good is because the weight of the bike is actually quite it actually you know, distributes the weight really well, because now the bags are actually facing towards the front of the bike, right? So you're getting all the weight of the bike in the center here, which is what you want. That's what's going to give the bike stability. Now, I personally don't like to ride with a top box when I'm going off-road, because I feel like the top box is at the back. It just makes the front end a bit lighter, and I don't like that. So I don't normally ride with a top box when I'm going off-road. Now with this, even riding on the dirt just now, I found that the handling of the bike is the same, because it's well balanced. You've got the weight all just right in towards the central, you know, compressing the back wheel, which is what you want. So you're going to get more traction there. And it's also not making the back end too heavy, because it's going more towards the center where you're sitting, and it's distributing the weight towards the center of the bike rather than leaving it towards the back of the bike. So that's going to make a huge difference in how you ride and how the bike handles as well. So that's my take on it, and that's the main, for me, that's the main point of having these bikes. I just feel like the bags is just excellent, and it's just made for adventure. And also with this ADV bags, as you can see, if I'm not carrying the tent, or if I mount the tent, I've just moved the camera a little bit on this side. All right, as you can see now, right? So what I was trying to say was, I've just moved the camera. So what I was trying to say is, as you can see, at the moment, it's sort of set up for a single passenger, right? You can't actually have a pillion passenger with the way I've set it up now. But if I move this tent, and if I place the tent on the top here, you could comfortably have a passenger actually sitting right there, because that actually frees up the space here, and you can actually move the bag slightly towards the back, and you can have a passenger sitting down there, and it's not going to interrupt in any way, shape or form with them, because they will still be quite comfortable. Yes, if you have a top box, it's probably easier, but if let's say this is how you choose to travel and you only want to buy the one system, then this will also work. It'll work with a pillion as well. You just have to move things around a little bit. So that's another option that you've got there, in my opinion. Okay, so that sort of sums up the bags, the ADV bags, in my opinion. I think that, again, going back to the build quality, it's good. I've been a big fan of Lone Rider for some time now, even before I got affiliated with them. So even if I wasn't affiliated with them, I'd probably end up buying these bags anyway. It's just good that I am affiliated with them, so I didn't have to pay for this. But I'm really thankful to Lone Rider for sponsoring this video and allowing me to have a set of these bags and to try them out and so on. And I think it's really, really good quality. I haven't tried the other brands. I'm sure the other brands like Moscow Motor and all that, they'll probably be pretty good as well. And the only difference probably is what your take is. I've sort of got the Lone Rider setup on the whole bike, and I just think it just fits. I like the color scheme. It actually matches the GS as well with that gray. It sort of matches with the top of your seats as well, and so on. So I like how it all just blends in. The whole setup is pretty great in my opinion. The quality is great. It's versatile. It's modular. You can do heaps of things with it. Waterproof, really good build quality. It's not going to rip anytime easily. And also, Lone Rider provides you a really good customer service. They look after you in terms of support. You want to get spare parts, you want to get replacement parts, they're all available, right? And now that brings me to the final part. So Lone Rider only has a discount or a sale event once a year. So the sale event is normally in November for Black Friday. Now that's going to happen in 7 days. So hopefully I'll get this video out in time for the Black Friday event. Now I've got an affiliate link at the bottom. If you use my affiliate link, that just helps the channel. It doesn't give you a discount because the discount is a huge discount at the moment for Black Friday. It's 20% discount, so you're not going to get anything extra by using my link, but if you do use my link, it just helps the channel, right? And I do get a kickback as well. So 20% off, only once off in a year. They sell out really quickly, so you've got to be quick in terms of when the sales are going to be ready. So if you click my link, it'll bring you directly to the page, and it'll tell you exactly how many days you've got before the big event is, and you can get all the items that I've got on the bike at the moment at a good discount. So currently they are priced at 1,399 Australian dollars. So after 20% discount, you probably get them for about 1,100 give or take. And that also includes a free shipping worldwide as well, which is the added benefit, or just something great that Lone Rider provides as an addition. So I think that's a good thing. So anyway, that's me for the Lone Rider ADV bags. Really love it, really like how it looks on the bike, how the setup works and so on. So if you are up for it, I hope you would use my affiliate links, and yeah, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.